Well, welcome back to ValleyHoopsInsider.com. And today, our great privilege to talk to Jayson Kent, the forward of the Indiana State Sycamores. And Jayson is having a breakout season for the Sycamores. And of course, Indiana State 12-2 after the win last night, 3-0 in the conference, and off to a great start. Jayson, thanks for joining us. My first question is, what kind of community is Oak Forest, Illinois?
It's a great community. It's very quiet, it's peaceful, but it's a home community, and it's fun to live in. And you know, Oak Forest is just an amazing city to live in.
You have to be enjoying this season. As I mentioned, you guys are off to a great start, and I'm a big fan of Josh Schertz's. I think he's just like this basketball genius. It's fun to watch you guys play. What is the beginning, this first 14, 15 games of the season? What's it been like for you guys?
It's been fun, especially with us losing our guys last year, like Cam Henry, Cooper Neese, Voss, all our seniors. But it's been a journey, It's been fun. You learn new things with new guys, and this team is I've been in college for 4 years now, been a part of two programs. This team is probably the most connected team I've been on, and I've been on some connected teams, but this team is very connected, and we want to see everybody succeed, just being a part of, you just see guys always supporting one another, picking each other up, always, showing love for whatever they get, even if it's they get a double or, like our guys who who don't play, they come in and you just see like the starters still show love, like if the guys who don't play started the game. It's a true blessing, and we've had some bumps in the roads, in games, and you could just see how we responded, how together we are, and even through our losses, you can still see us compete and staying together. We didn't let go of the rope much. So we just stayed together and just competed at a high level.
18 points, 8 rebounds in the win last night. You've been producing at a high level. I saw you, obviously, watched you play at Bradley, watched you now play at Indiana State. And they list you, I've got it written down here, 6'8", 205. I think you're bigger than both of those things. You look bigger, stronger, more swole than years in the past. Tell me what the data really is.
The data really is 6'9", 210. That's the real data.
So tell me about that. I mean, you have just you've grown before our eyes in the 4 years, as you mentioned, being in the Valley. I've watched you develop your body and develop your game. Just talk about what goes into all of that.
So I'm gonna start from the beginning. So when I came into college, I was a buck 170, 6'5", 6'6", skinny. So playing with the guys at Bradley, I kind of was like, and then the Valley is super physical. I was a finesse guy back in the day. So I was like, yeah, I got to put on some weight, put on some muscle if I'm going to be able to play in this game and play in this conference. So each year, each spring, I was like, I got to put on weight. I got to add muscle to compete. A lot of guards and a lot of forwards, because I'm big, so I got to be able to guard 1 through 4. And even here at Indiana State, I'm guarding 1 through 4, even on sometimes 1 through 5. And I was like, I want to take pride in my defense, because I was never known back in the day as guarding, and I want to be able to be a two-way and be able to guard all positions. And I was like, one, I want to focus on my legs, especially this year after my season last year. Talking to Coach Schertz, having our player meetings, he was like, I want you to guard 1 through 4, so you got to get stronger in your legs so I can take those bumps. And I focused on putting on more weight and being stronger in my legs, because my upper body is already strong. And I just want my lower body to be stronger so I can slide more and take bumps more.
I know watching Steph Curry, he worked on his legs like relentlessly. He used to have ankle and lower leg problems, and he just worked relentlessly. And he's got like the legs of a middle linebacker now, and you don't know it because of the floppy basketball uniform, but he's spectacular. You played at Oak Forest with Robbie, and talk about your relationship, your long-term relationship with Robbie.
Me and Robbie got a different relationship, playing with him in high school. It's fun, You never get to expect that you get to play with your high school teammate in college, It's very rare. But it's like we can read each other's mind. I know how he likes to play. He knows how I like to play. I know how he likes to score. He knows how I like to score. And it's just fun being able to, almost predict what he's about to do. Like he knows certain things I want to do, and we've been doing it since high school, and just being able to just help him accelerate and him accelerate me as well is just a blessing to have. And I really appreciate playing with him because he gets on me when I mess up, and I get on him, and we just know how to turn each other up, put ourselves in another gear, and we always respond to each other's support and when we get on each other.
It is kind of interesting. He being, 6'10" and supposedly the center, and you're 6'9" and the finesse guy you just told me about. But you're ending up doing a lot of the dirty work that you would think that big 6'10" guy's supposed to be doing. Like you're down there banging, and he's out there popping threes.
We kind of flip roles, I said, Rob, you shoot the trays, and I'll do a little dirty work. I'll bang with the big fellas, man. You go ahead and light the floor up.
Talk to me about Josh Schertz and maybe even contrast he with Coach Wardle, who I think both those guys are spectacular coaches, but they're very different.
So, blessings to Coach Wardle for giving me my opportunity to play college basketball. It's definitely two different dynamics of coaching. Coach Wardle is more, I'm going to get on you, I'm going to yell, I'm going to turn you up through energy, and he's going to make you physical. Coach Wardle is a physical guy. He likes his guys to be very physical. He likes them to compete at a high level. And then when you play for Coach Schertz, he's more of, I'm going to teach you, coming from Bradley, it'll be physical, do this, and you'll succeed at Indiana State with Coach Schertz. It's because the way we play is so freelance, you get to learn about yourself even more and what you can add to your game, And Schertz is, I'm going to teach you, and you're going to learn things from different spots. We're not just going to drill it. We're going to work on it until you get it right, And playing for Coach Schertz, like he said, he is a basketball guru, basketball genius, probably the Einstein of basketball, Just the way he coaches in his play system and his thought process of how we want to guard teams, how we want to guard players, our scheme for games, how we want to play for the games. It's just a fantastic system to play in. And playing for both coaches, I learned a lot. And definitely playing for Coach Schertz, I feel like it helped me elevate my game overall.
Talking about elevation, you're a spectacular dunker. Do guys work on their dunks in practice? I mean, do they want to make sure they have the dunk technique down?
Not really. I just was like, my whole philosophy was, if I don't lay it up, just dunk it. You're 6'9" now. You're more athletic. Go try to dunk something. Be athletic for once in your life. So I was like, I'm just dunk it. And then I just kept dunking it. Now I dunk it when I can.
But so you're not working out like a practice, like, okay, if I get in this position, I have to be able to dunk it over my head or, whatever. I mean, like you work on those things.
Sometimes a little bit here and there.
You've been so consistent this year. One game, your low scoring output was 9 points. Everything else has been double digits. You had one game when you only played like 15 minutes. Other than that, everything's been over 20, 25 minutes. Talk about the consistency you've been able to bring this year, different than any of your other seasons, maybe because of opportunity, but maybe because of your own development.
I took pride in what my role was this year, and through my college, I didn't really buy into my role. You know how coaches are like buy into your role for what the team needs. So I really bought into my role, and it's gave me a lot of success because we have a wonderful three front guards. They do a lot of the work. Shout out my guys Swope, Julian Larry, and Ryan Conwell. They hold up a lot of attention, and I was like, if they're going to hold the attention, I got to be the guy, get the rebound, cut, get them guys open, let them play off of me as well through my cutting abilities. And just, letting God take control of my path. I was always in a hurry to succeed and rush the process, but, it's the journey and not the destination. And I've really allowed God to, God, amen to God, allow him to control my path and follow his direction that he has for me. So just me, staying the course, not thinking too far ahead, not thinking in the past, just focus on what I can do now and what I can do in the present.
And those guards, they'll find you, won't they? I mean, they can score, but they're guys that are going to find the open man.
Yes, they can. A lot of people sleep on their passing abilities, especially Ryan Conwell and Julian and Isaiah Swope. They're tough scorers, especially that man Isaiah Swope. Man, he's probably one of the best scorers I've ever played with. But he can pass. Him, Ryan, everyone. They're gonna find that open man no matter who it is. If it's one of them, if it's Robbie, if it's me, if it's Jake Wolf, Aaron Gray, they're gonna find them. And it's crazy to you can't fall asleep on their passing because they will dice you up.
What do you mentioned Aaron? I wanted to ask you about him. What are you expecting from him now that he's eligible and in the mix? What's he going to bring to the squad?
His energy and his force. Aaron Gray is a great player. He's a downhill guy. With his energy, his force, another 6'8" guy coming in, rebounding, guarding 1 through 4. I feel like he's going to bring a lot of defensive energy, offensive energy. He's going to cheer guys on. Just his enthusiasm on the court is going to help us no matter what game we are. He's going to step up in very big games.
A couple of other things I want to ask you about. One is, two other things that I'm thinking about. I asked Julian this preseason, who would win a race between he and Isaiah, and he said, well, if it's cutting and moving, me; if it's straight line, it's him. So, what do you think? Give me the breakdown. Who's the fastest, Isaiah or Julian?
That's a good question. I would say I'm gonna take my guy Julian Larry downhill, full speed, and Isaiah Swope on the cut and then moving.
Okay.
Julian Larry is a cheetah down the court. He's super fast, and Swope is just super fast, moving like it's hard. And then trust me, I've had to guard both of them in practice, and it's very hard to keep up with them.
One of my favorite guys on your team is Xavier Bledson, and when I watch you guys play, it's like, oh, what do we need tonight? Oh, I'll do that. Just talk about what makes Jabo who he is.
Man, Jabo is a great player. He's somebody, whatever you need, you'll get out of it. You need him to guard, you need him to pass, you need him to score, you need him to rebound, he'll do it. You need him to box out, he'll do it. He's just the key guy that we have. Jabo, is a great, he's a great leader. He helps from freshman all the way down to our other grad senior, whatever he needs. And he's like another coach on the floor. He's like another Josh Schertz. He's telling guys where to be. He's telling guys what to do. It's a blessing to play with him. And with his IQ, it just elevates everybody else's games because he knows how to get guys in a certain position to be successful.
Tell me what you are studying and what are your thoughts post-college? I mean, maybe you want to play professional basketball, but beyond that.
So, of course, pro ball, but I'm studying I'm a sports management major. So I want to be either a marketing, sales, or a sports agent. But, whenever I get the opportunity, I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to be a vet or a vet technician.
No kidding. Good for you. You're a smart guy then. I never dreamed of those kind of classes. Those are way outside my realm. When you guys play Bradley, is that not extra motivation like you want to get revenge? It's not that kind of thing. I know that. But is it a little extra though?
It is a little bit, but if you would have asked me last year, it would have been so much motivation. I knew pretty much everyone on that team last year, but this year I was like, it's just another game. The motivation was more of they're the top dogs in the league and we want to go in and beat them. It just so happened that it was at Bradley and it's my old team, So it was more of I want to beat the top dogs and beat my old team, but it's more of I want to beat the top dogs with my team and start the conference off with a win.
13.2 points a game, 6.3 rebounds, 632 shooting from the field. You have to feel good just about the production you've been able to put up there this year.
Most definitely. I've really focused on what I can do and not do too much. We got a lot of other guys who can do that, and whatever just I can do to be successful is what I'm gonna do to help the team win. So I'm just blessed to have the opportunity to have these type of stats. It can change no matter who. It can be whoever. I'm just blessed that it's me this year.
I ask players all the time, what is your favorite Valley place to play that isn't Terre Haute?
Ooh, favorite Valley place. I would say I got two of them. It's definitely Bradley because, I've played there and playing against the crowd and how packed their fans are. And then I would say Drake from last year when I played at Drake last year. The crowd was fantastic. Just the atmosphere. Drake is one of the top dogs in the Valley. Shout out Drake. They're doing very well this year. But just those two atmospheres, like on packed games, is like one of probably the favorite places that I like to play in.
Before I let you go, Tucker DeVries, you mentioned Drake. Tucker DeVries obviously is a terrific player, and obviously he's a guy that you are going to get matched up on a lot of different times. Well, what do you have to do to slow that guy down?
Tucker DeVries is a very good player. He's very hard to stop. But honestly, I just got to stay solid. A lot of action is going to be run for Tucker DeVries through screens and him posting up. I'm excited to be able to get a chance to guard him again. He's a very good player, but it's going to be hard to slow good players like that. If he hit one, he's going to hit three. Just like he did against Illinois State. They said step ups, and he hit 2 big threes back to back. And all of a sudden, he's got 20. So just being able to contain him as much as I can will be the best I'll do.
Your guys, before I let you go, your offense is spectacular. Coach Schertz has the machine running, and what he tells me, what some of your teammates have told me, is that there aren't like really sets. We just kind of read each other, and it's free flowing, and so you're practically impossible to scout. Am I right?
Pretty much, yes, sir. It's hard to stop because we work on reads. Like I said, Schertz teaches you the game, and he's going to tell you, if they do this, you have this option, this option, this option. If you do this, you got this option, this option, this option. It's hard to stop because it's like you might take one thing away, but with our freelancer style offense, how you gonna stop the other 6 options that we have? So I agree with everybody else. This offense is very, very hard to scout.
Final thought: hardest worker on the Indiana State team.
That's a lot of guys from top dog to bottom dog. It's a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we got guys in the gym every day, guys in the gym all night. That's tough. I'm gonna exclude myself in this one.
Of course.
So if I had to rank it, it would be Swope number 1, Ryan Conwell and Julian Larry number 2. Xavier Blessing 3. Him and Robbie are tied. Depends on, do they go at night? Do they go in the morning? Eli Shetler.
He's going to be a player, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's going to shock the Valley.
Sorry, I interrupted, but I think he's going to be a player.
All of our freshmen, Jaden Daughtry, Derek Vorst, and Eli, they're going to shock the Valley, and I'll put my check on it. They are very, very good players. They have very different dynamics, but man, when I tell you they're going to be something special, they are going to be something special.
I cut you off in the hardest worker campaign, but my final question, I really should let you go. I watched Jake Wolf play in the OVC, and he's not getting a ton of playing time with you guys, but he is like a nasty defender, and he's a gritty guy. What's he like in practice? Does he beat people up in practice like he used to do in the OVC in games?
Man, he still be beating people up. He beating the guards up, beating me up. He's a dog. Jake Wolf is a dog. He's not getting the minutes that he would like, but even with the opportunity that he's getting, he's capitalized on. Like yesterday, he came in, gave us some huge minutes. Defensively, got some free throws. Help guard, get the offense moving. He's a gritty guy. Another Illinois guy. Shout out Illinois. That's my guy since day one. And with him on the court, it's just a different dynamic. We're just blessed to have him on the team. And no matter if he gets 5 minutes or 10, 15 minutes or even 20 minutes, he's going to do what he needs to do. And Jake Wolf is always going to be a dog.
Appreciate your time. Wish you guys the best of luck. I'm a big Valley guy, right? So I want all the Valley teams to do well. Now you're banging heads with each other, but at the end of the trail, I want to see a bunch of Missouri Valley teams in the NCAA tournament.
Yes, sir. That's the goal.
Appreciate your time. That's Jayson Kent. He is the outstanding forward for the Indiana State Sycamores, and they're having a dynamic season. Appreciate your time today. Remember, since you've been there, make it a better place. We'll see you again real soon.